Hi, I'm Michael Correa, and this is Psych Exam Review. In this video, I want to explain the difference between an algorithm and a heuristic, and then provide an example that will hopefully help you to see why it is that we tend to use heuristics. Now, first, what is an algorithm? Well, an algorithm is a step-by-step procedure for solving a problem. Now, the downside of an algorithm is that it tends to be slow because we have to follow each step. We have to move through the process. But on the positive side, an algorithm guarantees that we'll get to the solution. If we can follow all the steps, then we will find the solution to the problem. So an algorithm is sort of guaranteed to work, but it's slow. So what's a heuristic? Well, a heuristic is sort of a mental shortcut. It's not a step-by-step procedure. And so the downside of heuristic is because it's not a step-by-step procedure, it doesn't guarantee that we'll actually get to the solution. It might not work. So a heuristic is not guaranteed. We don't know if it will get us to the correct solution, but it's faster, right? Because it's a shortcut. It skips a lot of the steps and says, well, these probably aren't going to get me to the solution, so I'm just going to skip them. Now, it could be the case that those steps would have gotten to the solution or would have gotten to a better solution, but the heuristic says, I mostly am concerned with getting a quick answer rather than the always correct answer. Okay, so let's look at an example of a sort of everyday problem that you might experience and how you would solve it using an algorithm versus using a heuristic. So let's imagine that I'm in my apartment and I want to go somewhere, and so of course I need to take my keys with me, and I can't find them. You know, they're not on my desk where I usually put them. And so I have this problem of how do I find my keys? Well, I know that they're inside the apartment because I'm inside the apartment and I must have unlocked the door to get in. So one thing that I could do is I could follow an algorithm for solving this problem. I could say, okay, if the keys are definitely in the apartment somewhere, then a step-by-step procedure for finding them will be to start in one corner of the apartment and to slowly look in every single location, expanding out from that corner of the apartment until I've searched every square inch of the apartment. And if I do that, it is guaranteed that I will find my keys because they must be in the apartment somewhere. And that approach, that step-by-step procedure, will guarantee that I find them. But as you can already see, it's going to be slow, right? Because I'm not allowed to skip ahead. I have to start in one corner and progress through the entire apartment. Now, that's probably not how you look for your keys if you can't find them. What do you do instead? Well, you use a heuristic. You use a shortcut. You say, there's probably a lot of places that I can just not look in because my keys probably aren't there. Now, I don't know that for sure because I don't know where my keys are. But a heuristic that I might use in this approach to solving this problem would be to say, why don't I look the last place that I remember having them? Or maybe I should start by looking in the door. Maybe I left them in the door when I unlocked it. Right? Now, it doesn't guarantee that my keys are going to be there, but there's a higher likelihood. And it's going to be faster. If I look in the 2 or 3 places that my keys are usually found, then I'm probably going to find them. So it's not guaranteed. I might not find my keys in those 2 or 3 locations. I might say, okay, maybe they're in the pocket of the pants that I was wearing yesterday, or maybe they're in the door, or maybe I set them down on the kitchen table instead of in my bedroom. Right? So what a heuristic does is says, check those places first. Take a shortcut. Don't start looking under the couch. I mean, the odds of them being under the couch are probably pretty low. They're not necessarily 0, but they're low. So start with the places that they might be, and then move out from there. Now, again, this doesn't guarantee that I'll find the keys, but it's going to be a lot faster. Right? And maybe I try that and it still doesn't work, and then maybe eventually I have to sort of resort to my algorithm approach. But most of the time, we use heuristics. We have shortcuts that we use that allow us to skip a lot of potentially unnecessary steps. And so in the next few videos, we'll look at some other types of heuristics that we use in our decision making. And we'll also see the situations where they can lead us astray. They can lead us to think that we found the answer when in fact we haven't, or we found an incorrect answer. Okay, I hope you found this helpful. If so, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.